Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to my space here. I'm Ashley, and today I am going to guide you through a little meditation. I'm calling this my elemental meditation because I'm going to guide you through just the different elements that we have. So first I want to kind of just start by kind of teaching a little bit about the masculine and feminine energies within ourselves. So we have a masculine polarity and a feminine polarity within all of us. So even if you're a female, and you would identify as a female, you have both female and masculine energies within you. And so the elements really help us kind of understand, well, they honestly helped me understand my own feminine energies and my own masculine energies. So you can kind of think of it as the yin and the yang. So the yang would be the masculine, and that's the positive charge, and the yin would be the feminine, and that's the negative charge. Or you can see it as the masculine as the light, which would be the sun, represented by the sun, and the feminine is the dark, represented by the moon. So the feminine is more of our shadow aspect. The masculine aspect of us is the light that shines on it, just kind of like the light shines on the moon, and it has different cycles. Just like the woman, I also want to speak about this. The feminine energy, if you and you have female organs, we live and operate off the moon cycle, and we have our own internal moon cycle. A lot of women have kind of disconnected from this part of themselves. There's a lot of shame around having a period. A lot of people don't even allow themselves to have a period because it's just too much, kind of. It's kind of that they're approaching it from this energy of disgust, from this energy of why me, kind of. But our period, our moon cycle, is our compass. And personally for me, as a female entrepreneur, I've had to learn and observe my own cycles, because there's a part of us, inside of us is the seasons. So the elements can also be represented by seasons. And inside of us, if we think about the female ovulation, that would be our summertime. When I'm ovulating, I'm feeling very creative, I'm feeling very sensual, I'm feeling very sexual, I'm feeling very amped and ready to go. There's a fire lit underneath me, I'm just feeling very creative. And so when you're an entrepreneur and you're creating content, it's really important to move through your cycles and recognize when you need to rest. So the ovulation part of us would be our summer. Our menstruation, so when we're bleeding, that's our winter. And then we have our inner spring and we have our inner fall. So allowing yourself to move through the cycles and noticing when you need to rest. So during our winter months, when we're actually bleeding and we're menstruating, this is a good time to rest. We're transforming, we're shedding walls, we're shedding a layer of ourselves. It's the death part of us. So when we're bleeding, we're dying, kind of, if you kind of look at it that way, metaphorically, not physically dying. A lot of people feel a lot of pain during this time of menstruating, and it's because a lot of women are in their masculine energy, and so they're going, and they don't slow down and take time to be with their body. And so it can even, our body's asking us to slow down during those times. I begin to notice as I move more into my fall part of my cycle, I begin to slow down, and I recognize that I'm getting a little bit more tired, I'm needing a lot more rest, I'm feeling a little bit more irritated, I'm feeling a little bit more caught up in, I know I need to slow down. So it can be kind of hard to go from that ovulation, summertime, into that very fall, kind of allowing yourself to receive. And that's kind of when we need to go into meditation, or we need to sit and be in the stillness, or we need to be in the quiet, or we just need to take really gentle, loving care of ourselves. So this is also important if you're a man and you're watching this. It's really important for you to know that when you're in a relationship, because this is my relationship toolbox for you today. This is something I'm going to be giving to you, your tools to help you in your relationships, mostly with yourself. But when you're in a healthy relationship with yourself, then you're going to, be in healthy relationships, whether it be with a partner romantically, whether it be with your family, whether it be with friends, co-workers, your children. So it's really important to access our fullest potential. And so so those are the seasons, and it's kind of important to move through the cycle. What it's important for men to understand is that women aren't just like emotional train wrecks and aren't just like crazy, you know. We move with the cycles of the moon. And so we feel just like the tides of the ocean are affected, you know, the water. So my first two elements that I'm going to be talking about are the feminine elements. I consider them feminine elements. And this is the part of you, if you're a man as well, this is your feminine aspect of yourself. So the first two I'm going to be talking about is earth, the element of earth. So earth would represent to me, and I'm going to talk about God a little bit. And I want you to be open-minded as you come to my space, because God, to me, let all like constructs go, let all limiting beliefs about what God is go. For me, God, and this is what God is to me, He is masculine and the feminine energy together. He is the wholeness. What we come here on earth to do is experience duality. So, and to really balance the God energies within ourselves, so to create wholeness. So to me, the feminine elements of God would be earth. You know, the earth, Mother Earth, is the God in physical form. And so when I think of earth, I think of the body. So I can kind of relate to this. I want to speak a little bit about tarot as well, because I've kind of replaced my relationship readings with more relationship tools because listening to readings is a more like feminine, passive way. But really what's important to do is if you're watching tarot readings, or if you're into tarot, is to really use your masculine energy to implement and integrate those things that you're learning from watching readings into your daily life. The thing I love about tarot is that it's associated with the elements. And so when I would pull cards for myself, I would know that if I pulled like a pentacle, so the pentacle is related to the body element, the earth element, the physical aspect. So whereas some people might see that more as like a masculine energy, I see it more as like a feminine energy because it's associated with the body. To me, the body is Mother Earth, because we are the earth. We are one with her. So the two feminine aspects would be earth and water, because water is our emotion, so that's our feminine aspect within us. So like I said, if you're a man, you have these within you too. And your feminine aspect of you doesn't mean that you're very like feminine and womanly or girly, you know. It just means that you take care of your body, that you take care of your emotions, that you're connected to your body, that you're connected to your emotions. Because our emotions, you know, they can be kind of scary if you've not been taught how to deal with them. And so we can kind of push them away, neglect them. But our body, and I love this because our body is our anchor. And so that's what I'm kind of going to guide you through a meditation today. We're going to anchor ourselves to earth. We're going to use the elements to light a fire within ourselves. I'm going to bring you all the way up into the sky and then back into the heart center. So we're going to really connect with all of the elements today. So we're going to really connect to our masculine and feminine energies and see how they work together. Because you see, you know, it's like kind of battle of the sexes, and, you know, that's kind of like how our society has kind of, you know, we've pinned sexes against each other, and it's like the feminist movement. And it's just like, just because you're a feminist does not mean that you hate men. In fact, it means the opposite. It means that, like for me, as I become more into my feminine energy and my natural state, I want to I shouldn't say that. I want to advocate more for men, because I see and I value my own masculine aspect within myself, which makes me want to really use my voice, or, you know, take action, because that's the masculine part of us, to take action on, you know, anchoring to my body. So it's about working together as a team with your own masculine and feminine energies. And then when you come into a relationship, or if you're working in business together, maybe with the opposite sex, because, you know, there's a lot more feminine energy, a lot more females coming into the like workforce, you know, and corporate or like entrepreneurship, you know, and it's really learning how to work together with each other and to see each other as equal, right? Equality, it's time, it's 2020, let's balance the scales, right? Let's take off our glasses and have clear vision. So it's really important to get really in tune to your feminine energy. If you're a masculine, to really learn, what does your body need from you? How is my body feeling? To check in with your body. Really, if you're a woman, and you'll notice that you're in your masculine energy because you're very anxious. If you're caught up in your mind, it's really important every single day, especially in the morning or when you get up, whenever your day begins, to truly connect with your body. You can do this through so many different outlets. You could do it through yoga. You could do it through simple stretching. It doesn't even have to be yoga. It could just be stretching. You could go out for a run. For men, you could weight lift, just any sort of self-massage, taking a bath. And that's what's really important is if you can notice that you're really stuck in your habits and you have a very, very rigid morning routine, then you're kind of like stuck in your masculine. So it'll become habitual and you do the same thing every morning. It's like you wake up and you're on autopilot. That's your subconscious. So you're not aware of what you're doing. You're literally just operating how you have been for maybe the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, you know? So it's really important to have a more fluid, which would be our feminine energy, a more fluid routine, and being conscious and aware of when we wake up in the morning and connecting so deeply to our bodies. Okay, what is my body needing from me today? Do I need to get up a little bit earlier so that I can do some stretching? Do I need to get up a little bit earlier so that I can meditate and take time to just be with myself and get really connected and very grounded? What does it mean to be grounded? That's where we have the earth element. So being very grounded means, to me, connecting to your body, connecting to your sensations. So connecting to your breath, which we're going to do today. I love the breath. The breath is medicine. Connecting to sound, maybe some sound healing, maybe listening to some gentle music in the morning is what you need, you know, or connecting to how you're feeling, like touch, like I said, self-massage, really connecting to your body, or, you know, planting yourself firmly on the ground and recognizing, you know, feeling your butt, your tush, connecting to the ground and see how you feel and just like becoming aware of your sensations in your body. What a lot of us tend to avoid is that we're really in a lot of pain. Maybe we hold a lot of tension in our shoulders. Maybe we hold a lot of tightness in our back. Maybe our joints are, you know, achy. Maybe our feet are tired. Maybe, you know, whatever it is for you. I know people have a lot of aches and pains, and since we don't want to feel those because they're so uncomfortable, we go to like our habits, our unhealthy habits of like drinking, you know, that coffee to make us feel good, or eating that donut to make us feel good and give us that like boost of sugar and that boost of, you know, that rush. And we kind of tend to go to those things more than really sitting with our bodies, being with our bodies and saying, hey, how are you feeling today? How can I help you? How can I make sure that you have a good day? You know, and so really forming that connection with our own body, which would be our earth element, in my opinion. When I think of earth, I think of wood, and when I think of wood, I think of trees, and when I think of trees, I think of roots. So getting in touch to our roots is really important. A lot of us kind of want to avoid our roots, you know, because our roots are our subconscious mind. Our roots are our habits, our beliefs we formed from ages 0 to 6. So it has a lot to do with our family tree, get it, you know? So a lot of us have maybe experienced our deepest pain, our deepest traumas from our family, from our childhood. And so when our roots are, you know, decaying and our roots are not getting any attention, and our roots are like, you know, they're not strong and they're thirsty, then it can make us feel very unstable, you know, because like a tree's a little, you know, any little wind, any little hurricane, you know, any storm is going to like knock that tree down. And when I talk about storms, when I talk about that, I'm talking about people maybe reacting to you, or people saying something mean to you, or somebody like something from the outside that really affects, like it can affect your whole foundation and it ruins your whole day maybe. And then you're stuck in your mind, and you're in constant worry, you're in constant state of stress, you're in a constant state of distress. So it's really important to tend to our roots and make sure that we're connecting to that aspect of us each day so that we feel very connected, because our root chakra, which is related with Archangel Michael and also associated with the color red, is at the base of your spine. And it's a part of us that makes us feel safe. It's a part of us that makes us feel like we belong. It's the part of us that helps us to trust. So really, it's essentially like our inner child. And when our inner child feels tended to, when our inner child feels taken care of and supported and loved and nurtured by us, because we are its parent, then we feel really good throughout the day. We feel full of vitality, we feel pure, we feel connected. We feel connected to our heart space, which is our second element, which would be the emotions. So really getting in tune to your emotions. How am I feeling? Recognizing if you're feeling a little sad, how can you take care of yourself better? How can you comfort yourself when you're feeling very sad, instead of like going to those habitual patterns of maybe comfort eating and emotional eating and eating things that are bad for you. Really maybe coming to getting a yoga mat, or and returning to your body and really connecting with your body, and what that will bring you out of your emotions. So when we're too caught up in our emotions, we're overly feminine, and so it's really important to strike a balance between your feminine energy and your masculine energy. And so when you notice that you're feeling highly emotional, and this is not bad. It's not bad to feel your emotions, not at all. This is something we've kind of been taught, that our emotions are bad, or that some of our emotions are bad. A lot of us are taught to be happy, or to pretend to be happy even when we're not, because people like it better when we're happy, because people don't know how to react to us when we're feeling really sad, or we're feeling very angry, or we're feeling frustrated, or we're feeling distressed. And so we're taught to put on this mask and to put on this face like everything's okay, when deep inside we're having a really hard time, and this is when we feel like we're all alone, and we don't feel like we belong. And this is when we can begin to spiral and begin to create illusions in our mind that are not true. Because when we're connected to our heart space and we're not denying, a lot of people are taught to deny their emotions, to sweep them under the rug, to not acknowledge them. And when that happens, they get stored inside of us, and we can feel very like we're lost at sea, kind of. We're like drowning, we're like barely making it through. So, and one little thing can send us over the edge, and we can react very strongly. And it's really important to center yourself so that you're not reacting so strongly from those emotions. You can become aware of them, but it's really about taking the time to recognize them and getting really in tune to them and saying, oh, I see you. I see you, fear. I see you, sadness. I see you, frustration. And what you do is you see all these emotions of yourselves as your little children, and you learn to take care of them like your little children. And what this teaches you is how to be a parent. So a lot of us, we don't know how to be parents, if you want to become a mother, it's a very feminine, and it's a very human, actually, very masculine too, desire, because we were designed to procreate so that we could keep the human race alive. So one of the things when I was talking about like the cycles of the moon cycle, for like me as a feminine, when I'm ovulating, I know it and I can feel it very strongly. And that desire to create, to procreate, is so strong, and that's when my sexual energy is just amped. And so for a lot of women, even for a lot of men might sense this within themselves, especially if they're connected to a woman. They can be so in tune to their own partner and their own feminine that they know when their partner is like ovulating, and they might feel that same desire to create. And so it's like really getting in tune to each other's own energies and their own polarities. So it's really important, if you're a woman and you're overly in your masculine energy, this is going to make you very unattractive to men that are in their very healthy masculine energy. So you might attract men, if you're in your masculine energy as a woman, you might attract unhealthy men that are like want you to be their mother, that have a lot of like mommy issues, that just don't want to commit. They're players, they're not in it, because they're not in their masculine energy. They're in a very like imbalanced masculine energy. They want to be taken care of. And so it's really important, if you are a man, or if you know a man, maybe send them maybe this will be helpful to them, but really learning how to parent yourself is really important. Just as much as it is for a woman to parent herself, it is just as important for a man to parent himself so he can access that part of him that's pure and innocent and loving. And this really makes him strong, and it makes him feel very centered, and it helps him to take action to really step into his masculine energy and be a safe container, because the masculine energy is like more like a safe container, and the feminine energy fills it kind of with her emotions. So it's like the masculine builds more of the structure, and this is internally as well. So building a very healthy structure within your own energy, creating this sort of container, creating this space. And that's what we kind of do with meditation, is we're creating space in our energetic body, and we're also creating space in our minds. Because if you notice, if you're in your masculine energy, even as a woman, your mind is filled constantly. Your mind is going 100 miles an hour. And that's why it's so important to come back to your energetic body, to come back to your emotional body, to come back to your physical body and anchor yourself so that you create space to be filled more with the energies of like love and higher vibrational energies. Because if you're constantly in your mind, you're not allowing, because the masculine aspect to me of God, because I've talked about the feminine aspect of God, to me God is both male and female. God is not a man that's higher, like some higher like puppeteer that's like controlling us. That's not what God is to me. He's not some, and I do associate it with he, or I'll write, when I write I do say he, but to me God is both male and female. And he's the part of us that is the wholeness of both of us. So the masculine aspect to me of God energy would be thought. But here's the thing. There's a difference between our subconscious mind and the thoughts that we're creating from our subconscious mind and the thoughts that we access when we're tapped into God consciousness. So when our minds are clear, we tap into a different frequency of thoughts. And those thoughts are more pure thoughts. Those thoughts are divine thoughts. Those thoughts are pure intelligence from God. And so, like I said, if your mind is busy, constantly worrying, because that's where we go back into faith. Faith would be our feminine aspect. Fear would be our more masculine aspect. So when we're in our masculine energy, we're going to feel like, and we don't have any balance of our feminine energy, we're going to be constantly in a state of fear, in a constant state of anxiousness, or mental distress. So a lot of people, we struggle with mental health in this country. It's because a lot of us are in our masculine energy and we're neglecting our feminine aspect of ourselves, which would be our emotions and our body. And so we kind of put those on the back burner to only be in our minds and kind of go full steam ahead. And this will create a lot of burnout. It creates a lot of mental health. It creates a lot of disease and a lot of physical ailments, which, you know, is affecting our country as well. So it's really important to balance these aspects within yourself. So the more masculine elements, in my opinion, are fire. Woo! I love the fire energies. Fire energy, and then the breath, which would be air. So fire is associated with like our sexual energy. It's associated with our creative energy. So sexual energy and creative energy are the same. And our breath, you know, if you think about air, it's what gives life to the fire within us. So the masculine energy would be like fire. The feminine energy would be like water. So it's like that alchemy of the fire and the water. And really using your breath to really push it down deep into your core. So that's what we're going to be doing with this meditation. I'm going to be guiding you through here shortly as I get done rambling. But I like to teach as much as I like to guide you through meditations and just kind of help you kind of understand your own masculine and feminine energies. And then you can apply this in your everyday life, because I feel like that's what's important, is really taking that masculine energy. So receiving the knowledge from whatever teacher or from whatever information you're receiving, and then really taking action on it, which would be our masculine energy. So what we do with our breath is medicine, in my opinion. Our breath is kind of, somebody's brought this to my attention recently. If you kind of think of our breath as spirit, breath is the part of us that is spirit. So breath is like God. So when we're breathing, we're actually breathing in God. And what we can do is we tend to have shallow breaths, but it's really important to come back to your breath, and that brings you back to the present moment. So really just like breath, or like air gives life to fire, it's like our own breath creates this vitality within us. It creates this energy within us that allows for us to take action. So if we're feeling very lackluster, if we're feeling very bored, or if we're feeling very aggressive, we're feeling very frustrated, this is because our energy, our fire energy, is kind of stuck, and it needs breath, it needs air, it needs presence, which would be more of our feminine energy, to ignite it and to allow it to come to life, which is really giving us life. If you think about a child being born, it starts in a womb full of water. So the first element we're exposed to is water. But what's traumatic is when we come out, we go from breathing water to breathing air, and it feels like our lungs are on fire. But really what is happening is we're breathing in life. And when we're breathing in that life, it's really awakening our soul. And we're becoming a soul in a human body. So yes, it's very traumatic to be birthed because you're breathing in the air and it feels like your lungs are on fire. So we actually just had fires recently. The Amazon rainforest is on fire, and they said it was like the lungs of the earth were on fire, which to me says so much on a global level and on a very tiny aspect of what we are suffering, what the most of the human race is suffering with on the inside. And that's really presence and connecting to our breath and feeling connected to something bigger than us. Because when we connect to our breath, we're connected to something bigger than us. But we're at the smallest level. So we feel itty bitty, but we recognize that we're huge, that we are the universe, that we are all that is. And I think that's really important to really remember. So I think that's all I have for the masculine and feminine energies. It's really about using them to work together and to, just really connect to your breath, connect to your body, connect to your emotions, and connect to your heart space. So with that being said, we are going to start this little meditation here. I think it'll probably only be, we'll just see how long it goes, maybe like 15 minutes. But before we go ahead and get started, I am going to have you hit pause here for just a minute. If you don't already have some water with you, I would like you to grab a glass of water, a bottle of water, whatever it is. Kind of make sure it's cold. We're just going to set it aside for now, but it is going to be part of this meditation. So I really encourage you to go ahead and hit pause, if you need to, and go ahead and grab some water. And then, you can go ahead and get in a comfy place. I'm sitting on a pillow. You can sit on a pillow. That kind of helps you lift up, because one thing with meditation, if you're beginning and you're a beginner at meditation, it really requires you to sit up straight and to really strengthen your back. So if your back is feeling kind of tired or you're not able to hold yourself up, that's why it's really important to engage your abs. But if you're brand new and you're not got that meditation pose down, then you can also lay down or you can sit up against a wall. So whatever is comfortable for you, I just want you to be comfortable, and I want you to let go of any expectations, to let go of any results, to just be open. And really, you're just going to be guided by my voice. So just listen to my voice, and really you're going to receive the transmission. You're going to receive the energy healing just by listening to my voice. And this is going to require you to use your imagination. I love imagination, but if you're not there yet, that's totally okay. We all have an imagination, but it's really cultivated and developed over a time of really getting in tune to our inner child, getting back to that space within us. But if you're an artist or you're some kind of creator and you just have a great imagination, please go ahead and use your imagination. Get as detailed as possible, because the more detailed you get, the better the experience, and the more powerful the experience, and the more powerful the transformation you'll feel in your body. But if you're not there yet, and if this is still hard for you, that is okay. Please be gentle with yourself. This is brand new for you. So I want you to go ahead and just kind of allow yourself to relax. Try to sit up as straight as possible if you can. You can put your hands up. This is more like a receptive energy, or you can place them down, whatever is comfortable for you. So we're just going to return to our breath, and we're going to start with the first element. Like I said, one of my favorite elements is earth. So what we're going to go ahead and do, take a few deep breaths. Okay, and now start to just imagine, connect to like the base of your spine. So feel your butt against the earth, or maybe on your pillow, on your blanket, whatever it is. This would be even great to do outside. So yes, we're going to go ahead and root ourselves. We're going to ground ourselves to the earth. You can go ahead and close your eyes, just a soft gaze. Just close them, you don't need them. Just listen to the sound of my voice. Focus on your breath. Begin to feel the sensation of maybe the coldness on your bum. Feel the hardness or the softness. Just bring your awareness to your seat. Begin to feel yourself really connected to the earth. Begin to allow your hips and like your anus to begin to relax. We store actually a lot of tension in our sexual organs. This is due just to a lot of trauma that we store there. Whether you've had trauma in this lifetime or past lifetimes. It's kind of a collective thing we're healing right now. So we're going to want to relax. Relax into the earth. And this is where you can begin to use your imagination. If your mind's not clear yet, that's okay. Just continue to sit here and be. Just be right now. Use this time to just sit still. If you can't use your imagination, but if you can, we're going to go ahead and imagine our roots. Imagine roots coming out of the base of your spine. They can look any way you want. Get really detailed if you want. Imagine a big, massive tree, and we're going to imagine these roots sinking deep into the earth. Let them go deeper and deeper. Imagine them just growing. And you can imagine them growing as wide and as far as the foundation of the building that you're in right now. So just imagine them growing all the way out, because we want them to really support us. Remember, we want our roots to be strong so we can grow tall. We can feel very strong and stable. Just imagine them growing out, and with each exhale, inhale and exhale, and watch them grow. Inhale and push them down into the earth. Make them go far and wide. If you have any emotions come up during this time, or if you feel a lot of fear, a lot of anxiousness as you're imagine, because we're in the darkness, we're underground, we're underneath the earth. This might create like some sort of like suffocation feeling, or like this feeling of entrapment. But just sit with the discomfort. If you feel any discomfort, any pain in your body, any uncomfortable feelings or emotions that arise, just sit with them. There's no need to judge yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Okay. Now that you've got your roots far and wide and you're feeling strong and you're feeling connected, we want to feel connected here. We can repeat the mantra, I am safe. We're going to do that 3 times. Inhale. Sit up tall. I am safe. And exhale. 2 more times. I am safe. 1 more time. I am safe. You might begin to feel your body kind of relax here. Try to keep your spine straight, but allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your hips to relax. Bring awareness to your ankles, to your thighs, to your knees. Let them be heavy, like an anchor, like a weight, because we're anchoring here. Let your lower body just relax and be heavy. Okay, great. Now we're going to move up into the element of fire. And we're really going to use our breath here to really ignite this fire within us, okay? So breathe in deeply. We're going to hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale out your mouth. And you're going to imagine this. You're going to breathe deep into your belly. Deep into your belly. We're lighting a fire in our belly, deep down into our belly, even down into like more of our sexual organs. We're going to breathe in deeply again. Hold at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. exhale completely into the belly. And back in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. And as you're exhaling and you're using that breath, imagine the fire getting bigger and bigger with each breath. So here we go again. In the nose and hold at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can breathe out of your nose or out of your mouth. Inhale again, holding at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You might begin to feel a warming sensation begin to flood your body. It's perfectly normal. And inhale again. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You might begin to imagine your flame it was a deep orange, and now it's coming up into the solar plexus chakra and it's turning to a yellow. Inhale and hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Great, and again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Great. Again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great, your flame's getting higher and higher, turning into maybe almost an electric green because we're moving into the heart chakra. Breathe in another deep breath. Open your chest, shoulders back. Lift the chin a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Let it completely empty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so now we've got our fire going. You may feel very warm, open. We're opening up the heart center, we're opening up the chest. If you feel any tightness in the chest, this is perfectly okay. Just continue to breathe into it. Deepen your breath. And breathe into the belly. Allow your shoulders to relax. We're going to bring our left hand to our heart, our right hand to our belly. And we're just going to continue to breathe here. Notice the rise and fall of your belly. Recognize your heart beating in your chest. Just bringing your awareness to the body. We're feeling anchored. We're feeling safe. We're feeling alive. Now we're focusing on our air, filling our lungs, expanding our heart center. So just focus on your breath. Focus on the air, filling your lungs. Allowing your heart center to expand. And when you exhale, wherever you're feeling any tension, any tightness, any soreness, any stress, just imagine your breath moving to that part of your body. Allow it to relax as you breathe into the spaces, any joints that are achy or painful, any tension you're holding in the neck or the back. Breathing into it. Our breath is medicine. Breath really calms our nervous system. A few more breaths here. Long inhale. Feel the chest expanding, creating space, opening wide. Ugh. Exhaling completely. Releasing any tension, releasing any stress. We're going to repeat a mantra here. I am home. Breathe in. I am home. I am home. One more. I am home. You can begin to feel the love, the connection you feel to your heart space, the connection you feel to your body, the connection you feel to your breath. Just notice how you're feeling it in your body. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong, nothing is good, nothing is bad. Everything just is as it is. Alright, we're going to move into the last element, water. After we started this fire, we got our fire going with our breath. We're heated, we're feeling warm, and now we're just going to cleanse ourselves. Let's just cleanse ourselves with water. So you can use your imagination here if you'd like, and imagine just a fountain. We're going to keep our breath normal, but we're going to continue to breathe. We're going to breathe into the crown of our head. And as you do that, you can begin to feel like a fountain. Imagine you're a fountain and there's water just pouring out of the crown of your head. Breathing in, and as you exhale, just imagining it pouring over you, just so gentle and soft, so soothing. Breathe into the crown of the head and allow it to pour over you. You can also go ahead and imagine, if you're not feeling the fountain, you can imagine like rain clouds just pouring down, soothing you, putting out this fire, relaxing you. Whatever works for you, just imagine water. Allow it to pour over you. You're feeling lighter and lighter, purifying away any toxins. Breathing into the crown of the head And exhaling a fountain of water. Ah. Let out a sigh of relief. Cleansing the mind. Soothing the mind with gentle waves of relaxation. Cleansing, purifying, detoxifying your emotional body. If you feel any strong emotions here, that's perfectly normal. Continue to breathe into the crown of your head. And exhale a fountain of beautiful crystalline water. Cleansing any negativity. Cleansing any doubt. Releasing fear. Imagine to begin yourself just being filled with water, going back into the womb space. Imagine your entire body just surrounded in beautiful, beautiful water. You're floating. You might begin to imagine yourself floating in the ocean, floating in a bath. We imagine ourselves going back to that womb, feeling comforted. Got our hand on our chest, our hand on our stomach, holding ourselves, loving ourselves. We're just floating here. Light as a feather, burdens released, tension gone, and we're just here in the present moment. Feeling surrounded by love and warmth. Imagine yourself just blanketed in love and warmth. What would that feel like in your body? You might begin to feel a tingling sensation. You might begin to feel yourself smile. Whatever you're feeling is perfect for you. Continue to focus on your breath, breathing normally. You can repeat a mantra here. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. One more. I am whole. Beautiful, beautiful. You can begin to wiggle your toes, bring awareness to your toes. Maybe you move your hands, rub your belly, give some love to your heart space, to your chest. Just begin to come out of the meditation. Wake yourself up. Begin to open your eyes. Perfect. Welcome back. How are you feeling? Check in with yourself. If you want to bring a notebook, you can always after you're done with this, make some little notes, jot down how you're feeling. Any feelings that came up for you, any discomfort, just so you can check in with yourself and see where you need tended to. It's the most important part, and we're going to end this little journey with our water. So if you went and you got your water before we started, then we're going to go ahead and just grab that now. And this is one of my favorite things because water is alive. Water has been scientifically proven to be changed at a molecular level, at a cellular level when we speak to it. So water is alive. This is water and it is alive. Oh, yes. And I really want to, I'm picking up on Archangel Raphael here. And I love that I have a green water bottle because he represents the color green and connecting to earth. But he really encourages us to drink more water. And he's really speaking to me and saying, please drink purified water. Because the tap water is filled with toxins, it's filled with chemicals, it does not hydrate your body in the way that it's needed. So in the aspect, it does suck to consume so much plastic with plastic water bottles, but maybe even a Brita pitcher or one you put on your faucet, but just really drinking purified water, because this is really going to help your body. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hold our water. We're going to hold it like a baby, like we love our water, okay? And what we're going to do is focus on our third eye here, and we're going to set an intention that this water is medicine. So if you really truly believe that water is medicine, it is the most powerful healer that we have access to. Like I said, God has given us all the tools we need. He's given us earth, He's given us air, He's given us fire, He's given us water. Those are the tools we need, and they are accessible to every single one of us with little to no cost. So the elements are one of the most healing resources that we have. So I really encourage you to really connect with the different elements of earth. So we're going to go ahead and start with our water. And if you have any, like if you're suffering from a sore throat, if you have a headache, or any, like if your stomach's feeling upset, water is powerful. So we're going to just imagine this water as we're drinking it, and we're just going to be so connected to the water that we imagine it as medicine, and it's just flooding our body. You can also imagine it, if you're feeling perfectly healthy, and that's good, you just want to awaken yourself, you want to aliven yourself, just imagine water is one of the most energizing things. We tend to go to coffee or sugar or, you know, like caffeine as a way to wake us up, but water, go to water, please awaken your body. It's so dehydrated. There's a lot of people out there that are dehydrated, so please, if this resonates for you, let's go ahead and begin. We're going to just imagine, use your imagination. Just believe that it's healing you. Believe that it has the power to heal you. Think about water. We were baptized by water. Let this baptize you. Not in such a religious sense, but we're going to go ahead and let it cleanse us and let us awaken us after we went through that meditation. We're going to energize our bodies, and by the time you're done with this, you're going to get up and you're going to be ready to rock and roll. So let's go ahead. And what we're going to do is imagine this going all the way down and trickling all the way down into our toes, like we're watering our roots, okay? It's really important to water your roots. Let's go ahead. Take a big, deep breath and let out the biggest sigh of relief. Oh. It's great to do that for the body. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was healing for you. And I am sending you so much love and so much healing energy, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a wonderful day.